Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome back. If you are a returning supporter, I'm here to give you the disclaimers for this here live. Listen, I do not tolerate disrespect. That's in any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it's towards me, towards anyone that appears on the screen, towards anyone that appears in the chat. You have not decided to be a better person. Most people will tell you to leave, but I'm going to tell you to stick around because maybe something that is said today will encourage you to do so. Now, I am not a mental health professional. I am just one woman willing to share my personal experiences to let you know you are not you were overthink this the word and my opinions are my opinions, your opinions are your opinions. We are here to have a nurturing conversations in regards to our opinions so that we will have a better understanding of each other. That's all I got for right now. I hope that you enjoy this nurturing conversation. Let's get to it. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button that helps me say suggested on YouTube. Make sure that you type in the chat, also leave a comment, and share it with your friends. That's all I got. Let's get into this conversation. I love you. Peace. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome. If this is your first time here, welcome back. If you are a returning supporter, please excuse my voice this evening. I am experiencing some vocal exhaustion. That's what I'm gonna call it. Vocal. I'm exhausted vocally. Um, Today's podcast is entitled "Understanding the Power of Courage," and as always, every podcast episode that I present to you is an episode based off my personal experience. Um, and today I thought, let me come and share with you guys something that I've been dealing with. Not struggling because it's not a struggle, it's something that I've been dealing with. Um, when you work hard to obtain things and you don't see like the things that you want happening really fast, sometimes you get a little discouraged, right? Um, I have had the desire to travel the world. I've had the desire to live out of a sprinter, and I've had the desire to be to help music artists in the form of music administration. And I have all of these grandiose ideas. I have a like the concert series that I'm currently hosting, are put together, and um, I have all these ideas, and I know I have the capabilities to pull these ideas off. I just realized that there was something keeping me from actually pulling it together. And because I'm on a journey of healing and self discovery, I was determined to figure out what it was. And I do believe that I have gotten to the bottom of it. So today I wanted to talk about the power of courage because what I realized is while I had the idea, while I have the plan, while I have the vision for it, I did not have the courage to go after the very thing that I wanted. Like we have like manifestations like, oh, I want to do this, but I did not have the courage to actually do it. It's like a little piece of my mind was like, do we really want that? Is that something we really want to do? But my whole heart, my entire heart is like, this is what I want to do. And so I began to search for why I lacked courage. And I was afraid. I was petrified. Just as long as, no, I was really afraid to get out of my comfort zone. I was afraid that what I asked for would actually happen. You ever ask for something and you're like, okay, like Christmas, right? Your kids ever ask for something and you like, I'm not, where I'm gonna find a pony at? How I'm gonna get you a pony? Like, you ever ask for something so outrageous and like, like, you ever ask for something so outrageous and you like, that'll never happen. And so these last 3 years, I've been really mindful of the things that I asked for because literally everything that I've really was like, yeah, I really want, I've received. And so now I'm in a different space in my life where, I'm healing, I'm learning, I'm letting go, I'm forgiving. And my tastes have changed, my desires have changed. My vision is still the same. It's just the way I thought about doing something definitely changed. And what I realized is that in order for me to get the things that I want, I have to step outside of the norm. I have to do things unconventional, untraditional. And so for me, because I've been so in my box and comfortable, I tested this theory um, this past week with karaoke. And so I did legends. I honored the legends this week on all of the different platforms with the karaoke. And what I realized is that I would pick the same songs every time when I do karaoke. And I picked them because they were comfortable. I was comfortable. I didn't feel like I had to do too much. I feel like that's even with relationships, or that's even with a lot of things in my life. I didn't want to do too much. I felt like I had the capabilities to do more. I just didn't want. I got so comfortable in not doing too much. So this week, honoring the legends, I put songs on my song list that I like sing regularly, but to sing them in front of someone else was just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that because what if I crack? What if my voice? Like, I have all these things going on in my head, but I'm right here and I'm gonna sing them. And so this week, I sung every song with confidence. I sung every song, and every song I sung, back to back to back, I felt something change. Like, I felt like something unlocked on the inside of me. I told my community, I told my team that for the fourth quarter of 2023, I want to do 2 seminars. I want to have an outline or like a rough draft of the book that I've been working on for 3 years. Like, I want to actually have concrete things done, right? And so, um, someone reached out to me and was like, hey, we hear that you do music administration. We would love for you to come and teach a seminar. And the part of me that wasn't, I'm not going to say I wasn't ready because I am ready. It's just that part of me. I don't know what that part of me is, or I don't have a term for it yet, but that part of me, I'm sure by the end of this conversation I have a term. But that part of me took a moment and was just like, and the other side of me was like, yeah, we going to do it. We, we we gonna do it. And I was literally shaking while I was saying I'm gonna do it because it's like I'm fighting against myself. Like, I know this is what I've always wanted to do. I always wanted to like host seminars and workshops and be a speaker publicly. I don't want to sing publicly, but I want to speak publicly. That's what I want to do. And so after that one, and then another person reached out to me and was like, hey, and I was like, oh, let's do it. Let's partner. Let's do it. So it's 2 seminars I'm going to be hosting in October. Actually, there's more than two, but I'll get to that in a minute. And so as I'm looking, I'm currently working on a vision book. I have a vision board behind me. I have one right here too. But I felt like I needed to do a book. I have so many things that I want to do with the remainder of my life. Like my 20s, I was like, oh, I want to do this. My 30s, I was like, oh, I want to do this. But my 40s, I want to be a little more intentional. not a little more, a lot more intentional with the things that I do, the time that I spend with people, my time period. I want to be a lot more intentional. So I I increased my rates for my business. And I don't know if you have a business, but if you are someone who performs a service or who has a business, you braid hair, you cook, or whatever it is that you do, and it comes time for you to put your pricing together, do you have this little thing where you be like, "Ooh, I don't want to put it too high because I want people to buy, but if I put it too low, that's going to devalue what I'm serving or what I'm selling or the service that I offer." I struggle with that. I struggled with that. I struggle with that. And then I realized that I lacked courage, and I was like, you know what? The only way that I know in my life, now maybe you have a different way, but the only way that I know in my life to overcome things is to actually go through them. So I said, what I'm going to do, who? I said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise my rates. And as soon as I said I'm going to raise my rates, three numbers dropped in my spirit, in my heart, in my mind. They laid upon me heavily. And so I laughed because I was like, well, those are the numbers, and that's what's going to happen. And so, you ever say this is what you want to do, right? And then right after you say it, it's like, let's see if this is what you're actually going to do. So, right after I declared that these are my three rates for my what I do, this is my three rates, and I am not coming down from these rates. Someone sent me a message and they was like, "Hey, I need some assistance doing music administration. What are your rates?" I had to drink some water on there. I looked at that message. I looked at that message and I said, I have the courage to send my three rates to this individual. And I just kept saying, I'm looking at it. I haven't touched the keyboard or anything. I have the courage to send my rates to this individual. I have the courage. And the third time I said it, I started typing and said, my rates were, I actually made a whole little one sheet to talk about the breakdown of my rates or whatever. And so I sent it. And after I pressed send, I did one of these like, and then I said, I am okay if they can't pay. I am okay if they can't pay. And it's like that little saying like gave me a sense of peace that I can't really put into words because I'll start crying because I always knew, like you probably know, like you're listening or watching this, so you probably know what it is that you want to do, and you know that the only way that you're going to do it is once you get out of your own way. A lot of times, people are like, "Oh, I can't do this because this person, or I can't do this because no one gives me the opportunity." But there is some of us who is like, "I'm only sitting where I'm sitting because I haven't got up yet." I was literally like, okay, we are in the last month. It's like 100 days left in 2023. 100, maybe 99 or 100 days left in 2023. And I said, I am coming out of this. I'm coming out of this healed, whole, and I'm gonna be confident as I walk. And now I'm adding, I will have the courage to go after everything I've ever wanted. And so I was like, I should talk about courage tonight because it takes a lot of courage to do the opposite of everything. Everything that everyone is expecting you to do is taking the courage. It takes the courage to stand and be like, you know what? I'm not going to accept your disrespect. I'm not going to accept your I'm not going to accept your disrespect. I'm not going to accept you treating me wrongly. I'm not going to accept it. I'm setting boundaries. The only way that I know that I can get the help that I need is I need to go ask for it. I need to let somebody know that I need help. Um, I definitely put my pride aside. I definitely put my pride aside 3 years ago. I was like, listen, if I have to start all over, if I have to crawl, if I have to cry every day, I'm not carrying this anymore. I'm not carrying heartache. I'm not carrying anger. I'm not carrying bitterness, disappointment. I'm not carrying none of that anymore. All of these bags I've been carrying around, I'm dropping it. I began to face the things that actually scared me. I had a fear of success. And I only feared success not because I wasn't capable of doing it. I feared it because I knew that that required more of me. It required more. It required me to do above and beyond of what I was already doing. I told you guys, if you've been watching, if you've been here for the other podcast, I said I was literally half-assing everything for the last 3 years. Half-assing. And as I was half-assing, I was really successful giving it half of myself. Not even doing it fully. I would just, okay, I want to do this, and I would just halfway do it, and I would be successful. And as 2023 came in, and I was like, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to stop procrastinating. I'm going to do everything I need to do, and I'm going to give everything. I'm going to give everything. If I was half-assing it and I was being successful, imagine if I applied my entire self. If I connected my heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit and gave that to whatever it is that I'm doing, to this podcast, to the book, to the seminars, to the vlogs, to the different platforms I'm streaming on. What if I gave everything that I had to it? So I said to myself, by the end of the third quarter, which is now, I'm going to have seminars, rough draft for the book. And so I can sit here today and say that I am on track. I am on track to complete everything that I said I was going to do. I said I wanted to speak on podcasts this year, and every month for thus far in 2023, I've been a guest on a podcast. And not just like, oh, hey, my friend, you got a podcast, let me come on. No, like I'm actually going to talk about my business. Let me tell y'all something. I would never talk about myself, and I would never talk about my business. Like, I don't know. I just felt weird. I felt uncomfortable talking about me and what I did and how I did it or what degrees I have. I felt uncomfortable. And then as you're on a journey of healing and self-discovery and you go to your childhood, and I'm not saying everybody has traumas, but a lot of things happened to me in my childhood. A lot of them wasn't traumas. A lot of them were things that I thought needed to be done in order to protect myself. And so I didn't like when people highlighted me. I didn't like when people gave me compliments. I had a lot of didn't likes. I basically didn't love myself enough to respect or appreciate or to value myself, value my opinions, trust the things that I say, trust the things that I do. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, this journey of healing and self-discovery broke me down. So the fact that I even had the courage to go on this journey, because I've in my mind, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. When I thought about this journey of healing and self discovery, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna talk about some little things, and I'm gonna be healed. Hoo, that's gonna be it. Life said, no, you're gonna go. Excuse me, you're gonna go back to the age of 8, and I'm gonna walk you from 8 all the way up into 43. And as I was walking, the beginning of it, I was like, nah, I don't know if this is what I really want to do. Because I'm going to tell y'all ever been in a situation where it's like some petty stuff is going on and you like, ooh, I'm the queen of petty. And I should just be so petty. And I thought to myself, it's like, I'm 43 years old. Not 40, I was 40 at the time. That was 3 years ago. I was like, why the fuck? No, I am an adult. I am a solidified adult right now. Once you cross into 40, you are a solidified adult. So I'm like, I don't want to be petty. Why do I even think about being petty first? Why don't I just look at the situation? And so then I began to like remove things from myself, like remove thoughts, remove like responses instead of like being instant to respond. I would just go, it's something about breathing that just like shifts your brain, it shifts your mind. I be telling people like you're angry, just do this. I guarantee you, whatever you were like thinking about, you're puffed up, about to, it'll change everything. When I say everything, it'll literally change everything. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I need to start acknowledging and not doing it like I don't do it in like, oh yeah, look at me. But I was like, I need to start acknowledging the things, even if I don't do it like publicly, but I start doing it myself. So I start celebrating myself. Stella Rose, if you haven't tried Stella Rose non-alcoholic, oh, it is bomb. The peach is bomb. The black is bomb. I'm gonna do a review on them because I got a couple of other things to celebrate. So I was like, I'm gonna start celebrating. And the first time I celebrated something, I felt so uncomfortable. I felt so uncomfortable. And I started to understand like when you experience something, right? A lot of times we experience it or we like could see it coming and we like, ah, no, I don't want to do that. So we throw it in the back of our head, right? I was like, listen, we are turning 43. We survived a global fucking pandemic. This is what we not gonna do. We not gonna throw it in the back of our head. If we come to an emotion or a feeling, we're going to feel it. However uncomfortable it makes us feel, we are going to feel it. And I'm saying we because I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm giving myself that pep talk. I'm like, the procrastination has to stop. You have all of these grandiose ideas and things you want to do for 2023. It's going to take a lot for you to do that. And so I said, this year I'm going to have 3,000 videos on my YouTube. I'm going to start posting more on my social media because I was posting it. And what I realized that happened to me is I had a hate raid. I was streaming one day and I had a hate raid. And I don't know, it knocked me off my square. And then I had situations happen here on YouTube, kind of knocked me off of my square. And I was like, let me just back away. But I love streaming. I love YouTube. I love Twitch, TikTok. I love all of it. But it was like, do I really want to do this? And so then as I'm backing away and I'm like, I've never been someone to run away from anything. Never. I've always met everything head on. I always fell a couple of times, but then I got right back up. And so when I said I lack courage and life, God, Buddha, Allah, what deity you want to put right there, but I say life. Life played an instant like it was like 8 all the way to 43. And it was like, you don't lack courage. You just don't believe. And I was like, I believe. He said, no, you don't believe. Because if you believed, you would do. And I said, damn, I believe. You be like, man, I want to start this YouTube channel, but I don't got the camera. I need a camera to do it. And I thought to myself, I need a camera, I need lights, I need a mic. I had all these different things. This is why I couldn't do this podcast, why I couldn't write the Christmas album. Like I had all these different things. And then life again was like, no, you have everything you need to be successful. You just got to tap into it. And this week I realized that it takes courage. It takes courage to start a YouTube channel, especially in 2023. It takes courage to start a podcast and be vulnerable and talk about the things that you are dealing with. It takes courage. It takes courage to talk to people, period. It takes courage to talk to people, period. And I realized, like, I like to talk, but I don't really like to talk, like, in conversation. I love talking in conversation. But when, like, it's that you're not trying to hear me, you're just trying to get your point across talk, I it's like I have a complete breakdown with that. I'm working on it. I'm working on it because we gonna go around the mulberry bush. You gonna say what you gonna say. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and we gonna keep it going. At this point, at this point, sorry, I'm somebody that like I process while I talk, and I realize that it takes a lot of courage to start a podcast. um, it takes a lot of courage to start a podcast. It takes a lot of courage to stream. A lot of times, people be like, I don't want to stream because I don't know what to say. I don't know what to talk about. I don't play video games or whatever. And I just found myself like, I'm going to stream and I'm just going to talk about the things that I experience in life. I'm thinking about this whole pandemic and I was like, I know I'm not the only one that feel like I got to utilize the time that I have to be successful. And I don't mean like, oh, I got to be a millionaire. I got to be, I, I, I am going to be a millionaire, multi-millionaire. But I want to use my time understanding, learning, understanding, and growing and healing. Like, that's what I want to use my time for. I was saying, I spent the last 5 years of my life surrounded by millionaires, multimillionaires, people who got a ton of money, right? And so I was like, all these people got a ton of money, but they not giving me no money or whatever. And then I stopped myself and I was like, wait a minute. You ever see like people's like, who are you surrounded by, right? And I thought about I'm surrounded by millionaires. The the only place for me to go is up. If I'm paying attention and I'm listening to what they're saying and I'm following their advice, the only way for me to go is up. I'm next to be a millionaire. I'm next to be up there where I can travel. I said I want to do first class. Y'all see the travel channels on YouTube? I want to do first class um, reviews. That's what I want to do. Like I'll be sitting there watching YouTube trying to figure out like, okay, what do I want to do? I started it. I got a bunch of things I must share with y'all, but I want to do that. I want to travel first class, and then in my mind, that thing, I'm gonna say that doubtful part of me, that doubtful. But that's what the doubtful part of me was like, but you panic every time you get on airplanes. And I was like, why do I panic every time I get on airplanes? Because listen, my teens and my 20s, I was on the airplane all the time. Early 30s, no, I would say mid 30s. From my teens to my 30s, I'd say about 35. I was on the airplane all the time from here, Atlanta, Texas, California. Well, I didn't go to California yet. Las Vegas, Seattle. Like I've been everywhere. Why do I all of a sudden have panic attacks when I get on the plane? And I said to myself, I know why I have panic attacks when I get on the plane. It's the thought of leaving. It's the thought of leaving. I've left multiple times, but now it's the thought of leaving that causes me to have a panic attack. And when I think about it, I was like, what? I'm coming back. I'm coming back. When I was in my 20s, I didn't come back. I would go and visit someplace and I'd just stay there for as long as I had the money. And then when the money was like slowly going down, I'd come back. And then I get my money back up and I'll be gone again. And I just thought like how many times I moved to different places and I didn't really know people and I was living there. That takes courage, right? So in my mind, I was like, I have courage. What is it that's stopping me? It's me. It's not, it's no longer fear. It's not procrastination. It's just me. It's just me. I'm holding myself back. I'm holding myself back from being great. I'm holding myself back from being successful. I'm holding myself back from actually doing the very things that I've been saying my entire life that I was going to do. Like I said, I got vision boards up here. There's one over there, one right here. I have them. I got my vision all wrote out. On this one back here, I got 7 streams of passive income. 7 of them. 7 of them that I can do One time, I could set them up, set the foundation of them up, and all I have to do is put them in a program and schedule it all out, and boom, I'm good. But the reality of it is it sound it sound good, don't it? It sound good, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Got a whole content calendars and everything. I'm ready to do it. But it's me. It's me just sitting down in front of the camera, or sitting up in front of the camera, or walking around with the camera. Yesterday I was yesterday I went and caught the bus. I haven't rode the bus since it was 20 plus years. 20 plus years. I've always had a car or somebody, was, you know. Anyways, I always had a vehicle at my disposal. Yesterday, I was just like, do I wait? Do I miss it? Like, do I say, oh, I can't come because I don't got to wait? When I do got to wait, like, there's public transportation. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this a day. So I literally walked over to my local convenience store, and I was like, hey, can I get a bus pass? Now, part of me was like, okay, I haven't rode the bus in 20 something years. I should have known like there wasn't a bus pass. But it was like a little card. And so I get the card and I'm like, okay, how do I pay? Um how do I how do I pay? When do the bus come? Where is the bus stops? Where does the bus stop? So I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, okay, this bus comes. I remember. I didn't totally forget. I remember, like, okay, this bus comes at this time. Why, when I go out of the gas station? This is the thing, the convenience store. This is the thing that I didn't ride the bus, but I did not like when bus drivers do this, right? So I'm coming out of the convenience store and I'm like, okay, the bus gonna come at this time. I look down at my watch and the bus is like, or it says the bus is arriving in 3 minutes. So I'm scurrying across the street. I get to the corner where the corner is like a midway in the block. I get to the corner and there's the bus coming. And I was like, oh my God, I would have missed this bus. And I probably would have turned around and went back home. So I'm riding the bus and I'm like, okay, I drive. I know my way around the city. So I know where I'm going. So I get off on the bus. I get off on the street where I'm supposed to go. And I'm like, okay, what bus do I ride now? And so luckily it was people there. And I was like, hey, what bus is this? And do it go down this way? Um, do it go down this way? Give me 1 minute, y'all. Give me 1 minute. Let me see if I can find a be right back screen. I know that's not music, but hold on. Okay, I'm so sorry. So sorry. So forgot where I was, but I know I was from the bus to the other. Okay, so I got on the next bus and I was walking And as I was walking, I was like, why don't I be riding the bus? I got a big old Yukon XL, and it takes about every bit of $50 to fill. Well, $55 to fill it up. Why am I not riding the bus? Why am I not riding the bus? So I went, uh, I got a vlog I'm gonna upload. So, I go to the event. I help my friend. She's doing her first like live Artist Eat series. Y'all should check that out if y'all haven't. I'll put it in the link once all of this is over. I'll put it in the description box. So I go, I help her out, and usually, people give me a ride home. Somebody give me a ride home. I was like, "No, you good? Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna catch the bus." They was like, "You gonna catch the bus?" I said, "Yeah, I'm catching the bus." I don't know if it was my excitement about catching the bus. I don't know. I didn't even know why I was so excited to catch the bus. So as I am walking back to the bus stop, I see there's like a little festival. I don't know if it was like a Mexican festival or something, but they had low riders and break dancers. I got a little video footage of that too. Y'all see that. Um, but I don't know. It felt different for me. It was like different. It was different. Um, I just thought like, man, I don't know why I don't ride the bus more. But I do know why I don't ride the bus. Because I like to drive. I like to drive my own vehicle. But it was just a really great experience. And then I got home and I was just like, I'm going to probably ride the bus again. I'm going to probably ride the bus again. Because I remember when I was younger, oh, I would be on the bus all the time. The bus pass, I was everywhere. South side, north side, east side. I was everywhere on the bus. I get a car, not only go to the place, I go to the doctor, I go to the grocery store, I go to my brother's house, and I come back here. That's all I do. I go to the occasional networking event. I don't be outside like that. I be in the house. And I get home and I'm like, man, um, I need to figure out something about my truck. My brother's like, your truck is 21 years old. It's going to break down. And I was like, but it didn't break down in the 5 years I had it. And so, you call mechanics and like, oh yeah, I'm gonna come fix it. Mechanics got this thing that they charge. Wait. So one guy was 20. He was $20. He said, $20, I come and look at it. The other guy was $50. I was like, you better come jack it up, wipe it, do all of that for $50. I know you ain't gonna just come and walk around my truck and be like, oh, it's this. No, I want you to come and lift it up and tell me what's wrong. Do y'all know I've been waiting on mechanics for 3 weeks? I had the money to pay him and everything, just waiting for him. So what I did was I went on YouTube. You know how you figure stuff out? I went on YouTube. I remember I got a video. I had to change my tail light. I got a video for that. So I vlogged. I was like, you know what? I know I'm probably not the only one that be sitting around waiting for people to come to fix things. And so I typed in, what does it mean when your tire makes a knocking sound when you turn? And they was like, it could be the ball joints, tire rods, wrecking pin, something like that. So I'm watching people put it in, putting in, taking off tire rods, ball joints. I'm watching them do all of this stuff, right? And I know you probably like, girl, don't you get up under your car? But I thought about, I done changed oil, tires, did brakes. I done did all kinds of stuff on this truck. And of course, I will have somebody there that, knows mechanical things. But I feel like I could do that. So I'm gonna have the courage to do it. Once I get okay, this is what it is, then yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. Cause I realized like I have this thing when it comes to waiting for people. Do y'all know what I mean? Like, you ever say, okay, we're gonna go to the concert and the concert start at 7, so they be like, oh, you should be ready by 6 so we can get there early, right? And so it's like 5:30 and you're like, I just wanted to confirm if we, going at 6, and then they don't show up to 6:59. And it's like the concert start at 7. And you have that little like, I don't even want to go anymore because we gotta still go there. We still gotta get there. Then we gotta get checked in. You're thinking about all that, but then what I realize is I have the tendency of talking myself out of things. I have this tendency to talking myself out of things. When I told y'all about the bus, like our real life was like, shit, we ain't rode the bus in 20 something years. What we look like riding on the bus and we got a whole truck. I could just drive my truck knowing that my truck is broke. I could just drive my truck. And then myself said, and you'll rather pay the tow people to come and get your truck than to go get on the bus? You only spending $4. Actually, I spent 7, but I went and got on the bus. And I was on the bus. It's such a freeing thing where you don't have to worry about anything but just paying attention to pull the thing. That took courage. I'm literally this whole entire week I've been looking at things. It's like I got the courage. So before I went live, I had an email, and the gentleman was like, I would like to form a partnership with you, and you can take on these artists, and you could do, and he broke down the detail points, and I was just like, I have the courage to accept this contract. I have the courage. And I'm looking at the contract. It's everything that I said I wanted to do. The pay is everything I said I wanted it to be. And it's just that part of me is just like, this can't be real. This can't be real. Like I've been working. And like now it's just like, here's my rates. This is what I want to do. And I check my email and it's there. And I basically just want to talk to y'all about courage. Because maybe you debating on something. Maybe you debating on starting a YouTube. Maybe you debating on writing a book. Maybe you debating on leaving a relationship. Maybe you debating on leaving your job. Listen, in 2020, do y'all see how many people are making, they got YouTube channels of how many side hustles you can have. I'm sitting up here. I told you I got 7 ways of passive incomes. All I got, these are things that I can just do in my sleep. Like I'm real life going to set them up, schedule them out, and they going to just work themselves. Y'all be seeing these people with faceless YouTube channels. I'm not going to have a face. Well, I got faceless YouTube channels. But my channel's going to have my face. And, yeah, I'm embarking on a journey. I said I wanted to do guided meditations, and I did one. And you guys probably heard me say I was gonna share it, but that's me. It's me stopping me. It's not that I don't have it, because I have it. It's just me getting out of my own way. Me even talking to you guys about this right now is giving me courage to do it. Giving me courage to do it. So I said, look at the leeway I gave myself. I said, you know what? October for Vlogmas, I'ma upload the guided meditation. And myself said, girl, you ain't gonna upload that meditation in October. So this week I'll be uploading the guided meditation. And if you guys are watching, guys, girls, non-binary people, could you do me a favor? Can you type in the chat or randomly on one of my other videos and just ask what's up with that guided meditation? If you could do that for me, I would greatly appreciate that. I would greatly appreciate that. I realize that when I don't have, when I lacked discipline, I didn't have the wherewithal to do things. I would say I'm gonna do stuff, and I didn't do it because nobody was calling me to the carpet to do it. And so now, I shared my vision of what I want to do. Like I want to do a Christmas, or I'm working on a Christmas album. So, you guys will see the process of that. Long as I just kept saying it, I feel like I manifested it, but at the same time, I was like withholding myself from actually being excited or doing the thing. And so now I have the courage to do it. I have the courage to actually do it. I have the, what are you waiting for? Like, those are the questions. Like, I don't know if you question yourself. I be questioning myself all the time. What are you waiting for? Why are you not uploading? When I tell y'all, I was doing this upload to iOS 17, and I was like, I got so many vlogs in my phone that I probably should like just edit and upload. So that's what I'll be doing for the next couple of days, editing, uploading, and they'll be private, and I'll probably just unprivate them. I'm looking at workouts. Like, I have all these different things, all of these grandiosos, and I call them grandioso because I think big, bitch. No, I'm just playing. But I think big. I have this thing about thinking small because I'm like, I could do the small things. It's the big things, like living in a Sprinter van. Like, I've been saying I want to do this for the last 7 years. And so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go look at Sprinter vans. I'm gonna look at the ones that's not built and the one that's already built, and I'm gonna get all the information on it. As soon as I say that, my truck go down. But you know what I did the other day, yesterday, when I rode the bus? I was like, how dope would it be? I can ride the bus again and do a vlog, go to the actual dealerships and check them out, go to the RV place and check them out, and then do a comparison. So you know what I'm going to do this week? Well, I got networking events and stuff, but I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. I'm saying it out loud, and I'm a person of integrity. So once I say I'm gonna do something, I have to do it. I have to do it. And for me, it's just like courage. Y'all ever see the Wiz? And it was like everything you guys came here to get, you already got. It's like, man, I want to be a millionaire, but whoa, I'm gonna go play basketball. But you know, you don't really like basketball. You just playing because you know that's something you're good at. But you actually good at mentoring people, or you actually good at whatever it is that you're good at. I be telling the young people because young people like to get that fast money. They sell dinners on YouTube and Instagram and be popping, and then it be like, okay, what you gonna do? You got an LLC, you got an EIN. Like, what do you? How's your business structure? You got a business account? It's just the fast money. That's all it is. And I started to think to myself, and I was like, I've been through a bunch of the accelerators, and I've been through a bunch of programs, and got all kind of resources and things on certification and all of that. I'm should start sharing more of those things. So I sat down and I was like, I'm going to start sharing more about entrepreneurship because I am an entrepreneur. I am an entrepreneur, and I'm doing pretty good as an entrepreneur. And I feel like I got to this place because people shared things with me. So I'm gonna be sharing stuff with you. I um said the other day, I think I'm ready to date. Every time I say that, I think I'm ready to date. I think I'm ready to date. And it's not just because I'm like lonely or anything, but I'm ready to date. I'm ready to date. Not about to be in a relationship or anything. I'm just ready to date. And the fact that I was even able to say that, because at first I was like, yeah, it's a no. I'm gonna be single to the end of the earth. But now I was like, no, I think I'm ready to date. I think I need to like get out. So I've been dating myself. I've been dating myself, going to really nice restaurants. I don't know. If I could take myself to a nice restaurant and take myself to a concert or whatever, so I mean, whoever it is, they got to be able to, I like small things too. I like small things too. I was real, it's like, it's like when you find yourself, you actually like, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and these are my boundaries. I'm not going over this. I'm not, you could be fine as all get out. You could have all the money in the world, but if these things, it's a no for me. I am not going over these things. And that could be because of experience. That could be because I'm just not, I'm 43. I don't got time to be wasting with nobody. nobody. We don't even have time to be wasting with nobody. I when I was singing songs, like I sung Anita Baker last night, and I was like, okay, risk taker, come on with these risks. I realized all of the different risks when I sent that email, and the person responded was like, yes, we would like to move forward with you. And I said, wait a minute, they just accept my offer? Cause this is what I'm used to. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm used to. Like I'm used to low balling myself, and then people like trying to negotiate with me, and then I just feel bad for them. And then it's like, okay, I'll do it at this price, knowing that I should have did it at another price. Now I got all this work to do, and I'm just not inspired to do it. But I'm gonna do it because you paid me. And like now it's just like, this is my rate. This what you get with that rate. Either I'm okay if you can pay, and I'm okay if you can't pay. But it's the craziest thing is when I told people how much my rates are now, people are like, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. How you want to be paid? And I literally just sit and look at the message like, man, I should have did this a long time ago, but I already know, we all know timing. It's all about timing. And I say that because I've known for a long time that I should have put my race. These numbers dropped in me, but those was the price range I was gonna always do it for anyways. It's just when I got clearer about who I am and what I want and what I don't want and what I envisioned for myself, not everybody else's thoughts of me or opinions of me, but who I am and what I want. Yeah, it got real clear. It got real clear. I realized that I have the ability to do multiple things. But at this present stage in my life, I'm only doing the things that I want to do. I feel like I've worked hard enough to do that. I feel like I've overcome so much where that's where I'm at right now. I've come to understand a lot about people. A lot about people. I this year I I rode the bus. I went to funerals, and you probably like, it was funerals all the time. I haven't been to a funeral in 15 plus years. Like I real life stopped going to funerals. People that I love, I didn't go to their funerals. I was just over it. Too much death, too much. It was just enough for me. And I went to 2 funerals this year. And the thought of losing someone that you love, I thought about my mom, right? I thought about my mom, and I thought about like 2 years ago I lost my father, right? And it was like, I think more people who lose parents should like talk about it or talk about the experiences. Now, wait, I know that it's hard. I know that it's a really difficult thing, but I think more people should talk about it, right? Because no one says like when you lose one parent, you like cleave to the other parent. Like you just like, let's go to the doctor visits. Let's make sure you eating right. Let's work out. Like we trying to do everything to make sure that they are here for us. And then I thought about like my mom. I was telling someone like, you'd be like, I don't know what would happen if I lost my mom. And I was telling someone I was saying that to someone. And then after I said it, I was like, you know what I would actually do? I would actually enjoy the memories of her. I went to the last funeral I went to a couple of weeks ago. My mom, those of you who don't know, my mom had a series of strokes. She has some things going on. But I watched. I went from being like she can't do anything, I don't want her to do anything, to being like, you know what? It's okay. Like, it's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay. So we went to this funeral. And so I'm just watching how much people admired her or how much people adored her, and like just how many people like just was coming up to her so excited to see her. And I'm just like, man, that is so dope. Like I can literally watch people who like we grew up together, or people like just know my mother for years, just talking to her and like they're happy, they're excited, they just like, oh, thank you so much, and just like telling how she helped them, and I'm just looking like, wow. I can only hope that when I get her age or at the end of my life, people can look at me and be like, yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for having a nurturing conversation. I appreciate you for sharing the wisdoms that you share. Like, I appreciate you. Like, that's for me, it's like, I don't want to just be like, oh, she did. Yeah, she did YouTube. Yeah, she streamed on Twitch. Like, no, I wanted to be something more than that. So as I'm watching my mom, I was like, ooh, that's what I want my life to be. I want to have a legacy of light, love, and positivity. That's what I want my life to be. I want to share. I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I don't want to be a gatekeeper. I want to be somebody that shares. If you want to know how to do something, I know that I have a lot of skills and all of those things, and I might take free will offering or something, but I want to be able to help people. When I thought about my mom, I was thinking like when we were growing up, like we had so many people come in and out of our house. You would have thought like we were like my mom had a foster home. It was so many people came. So many people to this day, like I call my brothers and sisters because we literally grew up in the house together. And I watched, and my mom didn't complain. She treated them just like she treated us. We had, they had, and I just watched like, man, I when I tell you like memories, when the moment I said it is okay, memories just came flooding back. Like yesterday, I was talking about um always and forever, and I was talking about how my granny, like we was spending the night at my granny house, and these commercials would come on, and this song I always remembered because we would be up late night selling cookies, eating cake, just up eating when she used to have the little fruit bowl. I don't know if y'all like it was like fruit bowls, it was like nuts. Like I never knew what a Brazilian nut was, but I used those were my favorite nuts. And it wasn't until I got an adult that I realized that it was a Brazilian nut. I didn't know. I was just eating them, sneaking them and eating them. Almonds, sneaking them, hazelnuts, sneaking them and eating them. But I had a memory, like I haven't thought about my grandmother. Like you think about people like, oh, but I haven't had a memory rush me. And so I had a memory rush me yesterday while I was singing, and I was just like, oh my God, that feels so good. It feels so good to have memories of people. Like you have a bad situationship or whatever, and then you can remember like, okay, you getting ready to prepare for marriage or whatever it is, and like, okay, these are my things. Like if you cross these, I can't do it. I think about memories. I thought about, man, I was going through the old videos on my channel. People was like, you deleted all the videos from your channel? Nope, I just privated them. So I was going through the videos on my channel, and there's like travel videos, and I was like, man, that was so dope. I was motor scootering through Bermuda. So I was like, you know what I'm gonna do on this channel? On my YouTube channel, I'm gonna do Throwback Thursdays, and I'm gonna throw it back because I'm ready to travel. I'm ready to travel. I remember like I mean, not, I wouldn't do it now because the time we living in. But back in the days, I would hop on a plane. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I didn't know anybody in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I was just like, I wonder what's in New Mexico, and went. I was just being everywhere. I used to take the Greyhound. I want to do see, I got so many. I want to do travel. Like that's what I want to do, travel things. Like I want to catch the ziffer from here where I live all the way over to California because I'm getting to California. Before it's all said and done, I'm getting to California. I want to take the ziffer. I just had so many memories. I remember when we were growing up, my mother used to take us on the train all the time. Like I've traveled so much in my life, and I haven't traveled in these last 3 years. But I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get. I'm ready to go international. International. I don't just mean Canada or Mexico. I mean like I'm ready to go to a whole nother place. I want to go to Japan. I want to go London. I want to go. I want to go. I just want to go some places. That's where I want to go. I definitely want to go to Africa. I so want to go to Africa, and it's so crazy because I never wanted to go to Africa before, but when I started doing my ancestry.com and just understanding lineages and understanding like who I'm connected to, it made me want to go back. It made me, if I felt like I'm being drawn to go there. So yeah, I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of work to do. I said, oh, I want to be a first class. Because I don't know if y'all watch them, but do y'all watch them where the people be reviewing first class? It always be like white males. Oh, like middle aged white males. I've never seen a black lady do it. I never seen a black man do it. I never seen anybody else do it. I'm just saying it's always white males. And I was like, no, that's what I want to do. Craziest thing about me is like I always be like things that are easy or things that I deem easy. I don't want to do those. I want to do the thing like be a first class reviewer. And I'm speaking this out loud. So if y'all see me in the first class and I'm like, hey y'all, this is my vlog, it's because I spoke that out loud. And not only do I speak it, I actually put it in, put it in the air and see how figure out how I do it. So I be watching these channels and I go through all the, I read descriptions. I don't know if y'all read descriptions, but I read the descriptions and I figure out stuff. I got freaking flyer miles. I got Delta. I never flew Spirit though, but I don't know. Delta, United, um, American. See, I will have to, I will have to get because I have bad experience. When you fly a lot, you be having some bad experiences. But Delta has never did me wrong. Delta and United ain't never. Southwest has never did me wrong either. But Delta, I've been flying Delta since I was like young. I was young flying Delta. Delta has been good to me. So I'm going to see. Yeah, I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can get a first class experience. I don't know. I want to say and it's next year. That's what I'm gonna say. And it's next year. I'm gonna see if I can get a couple of first class reviewing experiences. I'm gonna make it happen. Watch what I'm telling you. I got the courage to do it now. I said I wanted to make a coloring book. Made a coloring book. I said I wanted to start doing meditations. I do meditations. I said I wanted to start walking more, and I walk more. I said, you know what? I should start vlogging in the morning when I be doing my morning walks. I should start doing that. And then I was on Twitch and saw a whole category. Oh, I'm definitely going to be doing it. Definitely going to be streaming my morning walks. So, yeah, I got Monday motivations. I got so many different things. I knew when I said light, love, and positivity, I knew that my life wasn't going to be easy. I knew that. I learned from when I said I was going to go on a journey of healing and self-discovery, but I have the courage to do it. I have the courage to do it. I have the courage to share with you and let you know, like, hey, I don't care what size you are. We need to start moving our bodies. We need to start moving our bodies. We need to go to the doctor. I'm vlogging. I'm going to get a mammogram. Of course, I'm not going to vlog the actual mammogram, but if you are a woman, if you are a female identifying, you should definitely get mammograms. If you are a male, you should definitely go to the doctor and get a physical, get a checkup, get your colon check. We should definitely be doing these things. Go to the dentist, go to the eye doctor. You've been blind for as long as you've been alive. Go get you some glasses. They got Gucci glasses. They got Coach, whatever kind of glasses you want. They got them. Don't you not trying to wear your glasses because you think you look nerdy. Hey, do like I do. Get you some contacts and just wear the frames. Because there's no reason why you out here being blind. No reason. You ever looked at somebody's driver's license and it say you need corrective lenses? And you looking at them like, can you see? Or you ever be riding with somebody and be like, hey, you have to drive because I can't see at night. Wait a minute. We done been outside at night a whole bunch of times. I just realized I watched this YouTube. I'm wrapping up, y'all. I watched this YouTube and the police officer had pulled this young man over. He was driving. He was on a date. He got a brand new, it was a Kia Stinger. I ain't never wanted a Kia, but I looked at this car like, oh, he made me go. He didn't make me, but I went over to Google and Googled the car, a Kia Stinger. The Kia boys is here where I live, so I ain't gonna get no Kia. But that car was nice. And so he was like, "Hey, slow down, slow down. You're driving too fast. Here's 3 tickets. Slow down. Don't try to impress your girlfriend." She's like, "This is our first date. Don't try to impress her. Slow down." Why? No more than 10 minutes after he gave him a ticket, told him to slow down. Go up the road. It's an accident. Who's in the accident? The young man he told to slow down. He was so shaking. I'm shaking. I'm looking like, oh my God, that's some crazy stuff. Then I thought about it, right? We just be getting in cars with people. We go to the club and everybody turned up and lit, and then we come out and we get in the car. Do y'all know what kind of courage that takes? I'm saying these things because I want you to think that takes some courage to get in the car with somebody you know has been drinking, and you getting in the car and you like, yeah, we done made it home so many times before. That takes some courage. I'm gonna tell you what takes a lot of courage too. To sit down in a chair. You probably like, Chelle, how does that take courage? Because you don't never, do you shake the chair before you sit down? Do you check the legs to make sure? Or do you just sit down? It takes trust and courage. I'm going to put those two together. It takes trust. I trust myself. I said last night when I was talking, I was like, I be saying love yourself, know yourself, trust yourself, and just be yourself. Like, I'm saying it to y'all, but I'm actually saying it to myself. I say that to myself every day. Light, love, and positivity. Real life. When I wake up in the morning, if I don't feel like, oh, yes, today is going to be a great day, I hit my alarm and press snooze, and I roll over and put the cover back over my head, and I try it over again. I try it all over again because I feel like, life already is hard. We're in a global pandemic. There's another thing that's out here. We have our lives, we have our upbringings, we have our families. Like, we have so many different things that we have to compete or not compete. We have to battle through every day. So many different things. I said, I want to give people a safe space where they can come and talk about or even listen to the different, topics that I talk about, or just come and have a safe space. That's what this channel is all about, being a safe space. I talk about everything. I talk about all the stuff that nobody want to talk about. I talk about generational curses. I talk about generational traumas. I talk about all kinds of stuff. And mainly a lot of the things that I've experienced in my life. And I just want you to know, like I said in my disclaimer, you're not alone. You're not alone. If our parents was just like, hey, this is what I went through, this is how I overcome. Like, you see, like, teen moms, like, your parents was young when they had you, or maybe your grandma raised you. Like, if people were honest, if people were open and honest about their experiences, I feel like a lot of times we wouldn't have as many things going on. Definitely right now, if more people got hugged or kissed or told how much they were loved or appreciated or valued, or I'm proud of you. If people hear, I'm proud of you. If people take the time and say, hey, I know, hi, Brian, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat. If people take the time and say, you know what, we have survived a global pandemic, let me see how you're feeling. If you're in a relationship right now, look at your mate and ask them, how has their week been? How has their weekend been? You probably like, I've been with them the whole time. Ask them, how do they feel? Because a lot of times people be stressed out. They just don't tell you. They don't tell you that they stressed out. They don't tell you that they got a lot on your mind. And listen, as adults, I'm going to say adults. If you're an adult and you're listening to this or you're watching this, start using your words. Start telling people how you're feeling. I know we like to be like, they've been around us so this long, they should know how we feel. People are not mind readers. We want them to be, but they're not. They not. Maybe they said something to hurt your feelings, and any other time you could like dust it off, but now you can't because you in the thick of it. I want you to have the courage to talk to somebody. And I know we live in a time where it's like I can't tell anybody because I be all over social media. At this point in my life, I'm like, I done been all over social media. So much stuff done happened to me. I I done took the punches. These some Mike Tyson punches too. I done took the Mike Tyson punches, and I might have stepped back a little bit to gain my footing, but I'm coming back like I wasn't even there. Coming back like I never left. You think about your life right now. Like close your eyes. Think about your life. Now I feel like I'm a preacher. Close your eyes and think about your life right now. Think about all the things that you have overcome, all the things you have walked on the other side. Think about the things that should have took you out, but it didn't. You like, oh, God, give me courage, give me strength, give me knowledge, give me wealth. And God, like I already gave that to you the day that you were born. The day that you were born, I already knew everything that you was going to need, and I put it in you. You just got to tap into it. I literally sat today and I was like, I honestly cannot believe that everything that I'm asking for, I'm actually getting. And I need to step it up. I need to step it up. Our real life was like, why am I having a little pushback? This is what I want to do. Why am I having pushback? And then I realized that this connection that I have with money, and I understand where the connection with money comes from. And it was just like, oh my God, I did not put one and two together to see how it is affecting. I did not put that together. And now that I am processing it, it's like, yeah, I never wanted to sell myself. And that's what I look at, like sales and market. I looked at it as me selling myself. I never wanted to sell myself. I never wanted to tell anybody who I am or what I do. Like, if you know, you just know. If you don't know, it's like, okay. When I go to these pitch events, people be talking about me, and I be looking around like, who the hell they talking about? But it's me, because I haven't even acknowledged those things within myself. I have never acknowledged previous to now, I did not acknowledge my greatness. I did not acknowledge my intellect. I did not acknowledge a lot of things. I recorded a song. I recorded it. I produced it. I wrote it. I kind of like gently mixed it, and I sent it to somebody to to finish mixing it and mastering it. And they were like, it's about time you put your bachelor's degree to work. And I was just laughing because, I got the $100,000 piece of paper in my other room. And I was like, I need to get that frame, because that was $100,000 that the government still ain't, I'm looking at all these people getting, I ain't got nothing. They ain't send me nothing like, hey, your student loans have been forgiven. Nothing. But I'm gonna work on that this week though. I'm working on that. I had a sign in the mail. I was like, oh, I definitely need to partake in this. But yeah, I'm thinking about all the things that I did in my life, all the things that shoulda. When I tell y'all, shoulda took me out. Sometimes took my own stuff out, but things that should have like hindered me or stopped me, or just like, what, fuck it, I give up, I'm gonna go over here and do something else. That has never been me. And maybe that's not you. Maybe you have that get up and go about you. Maybe you have that, they said, when you experience a lot of things in life, you have strength, you have resilience. That's the word I'm thinking of. Resilience. You're resilient. You are able to bounce back from all kinds of things. I was looking at a situation and I was like, I could see if I was like stuck in my ways and was like stubborn and was like, I ain't trying to be great. I'm going to still half-ass everything. No. When you have a near-death experience, and I've had a couple of them, why did I just laugh? If I had a couple of near-death experiences between 2020 and 2023. And I was just like, yeah, in the event that something happens to me, I want to have this, which is the book. I want to have courses. I want to have a whole platform where music artists can know. I want to be able to share workouts, juice recipes. I want to be able to share all these different things. I want to be able to share. Like, I want to give. That's what I want to do. I want to give. So I'm going to give. I'm going to give. For the rest of 2023, I'm going to give. And then I'm going to give in such an incredible way in 2024. And I'm super excited about that. I don't even know if I'm going to make it to 2024, but I'm excited about the things I'm going to do from now until the end of this year. And yeah, I got the courage. I wanted to come and talk about understanding the power of courage, because it's like once you have the courage to do that thing, like you've been in a relationship for a long time, right? It takes a certain level of courage to be like, hey, this isn't working. You're unhappy. I'm unhappy. We could go to therapy. We could talk to somebody, or we could, just go our separate ways for a little bit. And if it's meant to be, we'll come back. If it's meant to be, they say if you love something, let it go. If it come back, that's how you know. But let's do the work for us. That's why I be talking to parents. Like, if you haven't acknowledged the things that happened in your childhood, in your young adulthood, in your adulthood, previous to before you had kids, it's important for you to do that. You have an unresolved relationship with your baby mama, your baby daddy. You probably should resolve that, because now you're going to look at your child and it's going to be a forever reminder. And the child never asked to be here. I remember I would hear people say, I never asked to be here. And I was just looking like, dang, that's good. We didn't ask to be here, but we here. So the least you can do is take care of yourself so that you can take care of us. And we all be good. We all be good. Today, we were just talking about understanding courage. And I gave y'all a couple of examples, because it definitely takes courage when you have a vehicle to get on the bus. It definitely takes courage. And I actually saw some YouTubers while I was on the bus stop. I was like, oh my God, it was actually pretty dope that I saw them, because I hadn't seen them in so long. And I was like, oh my God, it's actually pretty dope that I saw them. But I was just like, man, I should catch the bus more. And I thought to myself, like, I'm going to catch it. You guys are going to see me catch the bus again, because I'm going to take my nieces and nephews on the bus. And there's like a train. Is it like a train? I don't even know what it's called. It's called the Hop. I mean, I know what it's called, but I don't even know. Like, it connects like downtown. Like, they was like, hey, we need this to get from one side of downtown to the other side of downtown. And so they put this like railway thing. I'm not gonna call it a subway car. It do look like that, but y'all see it, because I'm gonna get on the bus, take my nieces and nephews down, and we gonna ride it, because they want to ride the bus, and I want to ride this hop thing. So y'all gonna get some more vlogs. I'm doing everything. I'm supposed to be going fishing. I got my fishing license. I got my fishing pole. I got a vlog. That vlog gonna come this week. I'm super excited. I'm doing everything, y'all. When I say everything, I'm doing everything. I'm so excited to be in this space right now. I'm so excited to be in a space where I'm thinking about me. I'm focused on me, and I'm ready to live for me. And I'm saying that because I spend the largest majority of my time. I'm the oldest girl. I'm the oldest and the only girl. So I spend a large majority of my time taking care of other people. My niece, who just got married, she just revealed that she's having a baby. So I'm so excited, because now I'm gonna be a great aunt. It's so many exciting things going on right now. And I'm just happy to have the courage to like do them, be a part of them. I'm excited to be in a space where I was telling someone, I was like, when I was growing up, I could only remember the negative things. I could remember every time somebody cussed me out. I could remember every time somebody disappointed me. Like, I could remember, like, that was all my memory consisted of. But as I began to do the work of healing and do the work of self-discovery and letting things go, and the biggest thing that I did was to forgive. And not just forgiveness for the people who did the things to me, but forgive myself. Because a lot of times I feel like we blame ourselves, We feel like had we done something different, it wouldn't have happened like that. But our life was already planned before we even got here. And I know that sounds real fucked up, but our life was already planned before we even got here. And I feel like the fact that we are still alive, we are still here, um, our story is still being written. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be 43. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be in such a clear space, a free space where now I can do those things. I'm gonna get a Sprinter van. Y'all watch what I'm telling y'all. I'm gonna get a Sprinter van. I'm gonna review first class um, airlines. I'm flying international too. When I be flying on them international flights, I be like, I'm going international. That's why I'm ready to go international. Um, I got a Christmas album coming. I got a nursery rhyme album coming. I got coloring books. I got meditations. All of these things I always wanted to do, but I didn't have the courage to do them. But now I'm in a place where I'm able to do them. And I just got really emotional just thinking about how I'm there. You ever say, like, you know what? When I get my money right, I'm going to do this. And then money just be like going through your hands so you won't ever have it. For me, I never focused on the money because in my mind it was like, oh, I got so many things that I could do to make money. It I got so many things, and it don't involve sex or selling drugs. Like my brain is so, I'm telling you, if I don't, I can make music. If I don't make music, I can consult music artists. If I don't consult them, I can artist development. Even I could go live and share the things that I know. I can make music. I can score doc. I can do. There's so many different things I done tapped into since this pandemic. That's why I be saying, like, if you ain't tapped into your inner self in these last 3 years, I mean, what you been doing? Surviving? I'm living. I survived 40 years. I survived. These last 3 years, I've been living my best. When I say my best life, I've been living my best life. And now I'm ready to travel. I've been looking at this Virgin cruise. Oh, I said, let me tell y'all how crazy this is. I'm going to tell you how crazy this is. When I was growing up, I don't know if y'all remember Virgin Mobile, but I had a Virgin. I'm going to tell you, I had all the phones. I had the brick phone. I had the flip phone. I had the Razor. I had the two-way pagers. I had the sidekicks. I had every kind of phone. But when I saw Virgin Mobile, I said, I need to go on this cruise. And it's for adults and it's all inclusive. Hey, y'all gonna see me on a Virgin cruise between now and 2024. I'm going on this cruise. I'm going. I'm definitely going. And I was like, oh, if I have to go on myself. And then I was telling people, oh, I want to go on the Virgin cruise. I was like, no, girl, let us know when you go. I done already got a whole group of people. I'm going to tell y'all the dates if y'all want to come too. Listen, I'm ready to travel with all the stuff that's going on in the world. I just want to live. I done survived a level 1 trauma surgery. I done survived a cancer scare. I done survived a lot of things. So the last thing I'm going to do is be worried about somebody or something. It's a no. Not doing it. It's a no. I'm not even worried about my truck getting fixed because it's going to get fixed. But I got another. I don't know if y'all watched my vlog, but if y'all haven't watched my vlog, y'all should go watch my vlog about the veil. I've been seeing these scooters all around town. And I was like, one day I'm going to get on the scooter. And I was like, I need to go to my mother to see because I hadn't seen her because my truck was down. And I was like, I need to go make sure she good, make sure all her medicines and stuff is good. So I was like, let me go hop on this scooter. I rode that scooter. That thing zooms on. When I tell y'all it zoom, it zooms on. I was a little, because I ain't, people drive reckless here. People probably drive reckless everywhere, but here they definitely drive reckless. So I was like, let me go. So it's like 20 blocks from my house to my mom's house. And so I zoomed over there. She was like, how you get over here? On that little scooter right there. Yeah, it was fun. Y'all see, I've been doing all kinds of stuff. I've been doing some other stuff, but I have to wait to tell you all about that until, the timing is right. And then I'll tell y'all. But I've been doing literally everything I put my mind to. So I'm going to go ahead and get these, I'm gonna go ahead and get these guided meditations. People always be like, "Oh my God, your voice is so." Yep, guided meditations coming this week. Like I said, if y'all in the chat, just type on a video or something. Hey, what's up with that guided meditation? Don't even worry about it, cause I'm gonna have it. It's gonna be here. I'm excited about it too. I'm excited. I'm so excited about it. I've overcame fear. I've got out of my comfort zone. I got courage. I got confidence. I kept telling myself my entire life when I got to this place where I recognize my voice and I believe my voice, I trust my voice, I have the confidence in myself. Oh, I knew I was dangerous the entire time. Like I've known I known I was dangerous the entire time, but I knew when I got to that point, when you get to that point in your life, you already know. There is nothing. You probably like, when I get to that point where I could just let go of disappointment, or I can let go of bitterness, or I can let go of anger. Yeah, I'm going to be. Yeah, we going to be. When you get to that point where you utilize, my brother was like, you got all these, I'm giving you all these different equipment, you're not making music. And I was like, you're right. Usually like my younger brother be like, you always be trying to debate me. I don't debate. I just feel like, I like healthy conversations. That's what I call it. I love a healthy conversation. And so I was like, he right. Because I was like, oh, I need a keyboard. And he gave me a keyboard. I was like, oh, I need a drum pad. And he gave me a drum pad. I was like, I need a guitar. And then he gave me a guitar. He's like, you're not doing anything with what the things that I gave you. And I was like, So I just had the brilliant thought to say, you know what? I'm going to go live and I'm going to make the music for my Christmas album. I already got like the ideas, I already got it planned out, but I'm going to make the music for my Christmas album live. And so I feel like I want to do a 30-day challenge. That's what I want to do. But I'll probably just go live once a week for the rest of the year. I don't know. I'm going to figure it out and just make music. Cause that's what I've been feeling. I'm telling you, I got a song. It's coming out. It's called Intentions. It's coming out. I'm gonna share all the information with y'all once it gets the final mix and master come. I'm gonna share it with y'all. It's like, hey, go check it out. Leave me a review. Let me know what y'all think. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy to have the courage. I'm happy to not be afraid to succeed. I was thinking about all the people that's coming under me, and how I want them to have the courage. I remember somebody was like, you take your nieces and nephews to your meeting? And I was like, yes, I do. I'm a small business owner. And I want them to see you don't have to go. While it's cool for you to go and punch a clock and work at McDonald's or whatever, you can start your own business right now. One of my artists that I work with, he was telling me how his daughter, he had a beat playing and his daughter started like singing to it. And so he recorded her. And I was like, so you trying to tell me I got a new young client? He's like, oh, I didn't even think about it. She needs to get set. Yeah, she needs to get set up. So, yeah, I work with people from like zero all the way up until whoever. I work with them and I show them how to get their money. And he was like, I didn't even know that we could sign up kids. Yes, if you have a child and your child is out here singing and dancing and doing all of that stuff, definitely look into how you can help your child monetize what they're doing. And I know you like, I don't want to sell my kids. Listen, people be selling stuff every day. If your child is playing video games 24 hours a day and you yelling at them about playing video games, sign them up for Twitch or Kick and let them play video games. And they probably really good at it too. Let them play them video games. Make them a TikTok. TikTok let you live stream video games too. Listen. When I tell y'all I have the courage to try everything, I've been trying everything, every platform, every form of content. I've been trying everything, and I feel like I've narrowed down the content that I'm going to offer on all of the different platforms that I am on, which is a ton of them. And I'm gonna show y'all how to do it too. Somebody's like, "Oh, you're not a partner on TikTok," and I was like, "No, but if you come to my lives, you can see. If y'all on TikTok, right? I said one day I was gonna go, and do I don't even know what it's called. Or they'd be like, "Thanks for the roses." Corn. Like I said, I was gonna do that just to see. So one day I was doing karaoke and people was, throwing me coins and stuff, and I was just like, "Oh, this dope. I should probably." But I'm just saying, test everything. That's what I would say. Test everything. If you're a music artist, test collaborating with people. If you're a makeup artist, collab with somebody who does hair, and now y'all got hair and makeup together. Collab with somebody that does photography, because now you got a photographer. All you need is a model, because then you can do the hair and makeup. And if you're a fashion designer, then y'all can all collab together, and then there's upward motion. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. I'm One of the seminars we're hosting is I want to connect with people to because music artists suffer in silence. They suffer in silence. We hear it all through that music. We do hear it all through that music. We hear how sad they are, how depressed they are. We hear it all through that music, but we don't do anything about it because we just like the music. That's it. And then something happened to the artist or the dancer or whoever, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't even know there was no signs. I got a song about it, like the Here It Go. I'm gonna say that for another time. The name of my song is Sign Language, because people always be like, well, I didn't even see, I didn't even know. And we have feelings, like we have the feelings like something ain't right. Like you probably got a brother, a sister, a cousin, or somebody that you close with, and you like, yeah, I don't think, yeah, something going on. And then you ask people like, hey, how you doing? People gonna always say okay. That's that first response. Number one, because they don't want to burden you with how they doing, and number two, they don't know if they could trust you to tell you. For me, having survived a global fucking pandemic, if I need to get something off my chest, guess what I'm doing? Exactly, getting it off my chest. I'm not holding on to nothing. Nothing. I'm not holding on to nothing. That's all I got. Been talking for 15 hours. But I wanted to make sure that y'all understood the power of courage. Courage can take you so far. You probably like me, and I want to start a podcast. But what I'm gonna talk about? Talk about your experiences. If you're a parent, talk about your experience as surviving a pandemic and a child going to classes online. Like, talk about how you raised your kids. Like, talk about your experience being growing up with your parents, and now you are a parent. Talk about something you good at. Talk about makeup. Talk about controversial stuff like the presidency, or talk about whatever. If you like to talk, oh man, I don't got mics, I don't got this. Listen, when I tell y'all, I started everything with my iPhone 8 Plus. Everything that I've done up until last August, I did it with my iPhone 8 Plus. And that went down, and I got this 13 Pro Max, and I've been working it. I got little lights. I got these little lights. I got microphones that I get from Five Below. It's not Five Below anymore, but like Five Below. I use what I got. I'm trying to show y'all the little mic I got from Five Below. It's somewhere in here. I know it's it. I know it is. Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, it is. Sorry. This is a little mic I got from Five Below. Yep, I use this sometimes when I be doing my ASMRs. I got ASMRs gonna be cracking up too. I mean, gonna be cracking pretty soon too. And I went to Amazon. I had my first couple of videos. I had used Amazon lapel mics. I be figuring out, what works and what don't work. And so I just said to myself, I want to start doing tech reviews too, because I got a lot of technical things around here. A lot of them. And I don't be doing reviews. I got iRigs I need to do reviews on. I got GoPros I could do reviews on. So I'm doing everything. I want y'all to see me do it so y'all can know y'all could do it. I mean, y'all know y'all could do it, but I want you to have the courage to do it. Like somebody was like, "Oh, you too big to be working out. Why you?" And I was like, "Don't nobody be saying that when all these other people be having these tube top shirts on and be working out. You see they 6 pack. I'm gonna get a 6 pack too. Actually, I want 12. I'm gonna go because I want the front side and I want my obliques to be. Y'all gonna see I'm about to start working out again. I just been walking because I was like, man, I ain't work out today. And I was like, I was walking. I got this lovely Apple Watch and I be closing rings. I didn't even know. I be hearing people talk about closing rings, and now I be closing my rings. And I be getting awards and stuff, and I'm looking like, okay, cool. This is cool. This is cool. I be doing so much walking. So yeah. So in the morning, I'm gonna go on the walk. I'm gonna take y'all with me. It's gonna be dope. The courage to come back after heartbreak, heartache, the resilience of it. That's all I got, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out. I hope that you understand the power of courage. As always, whenever I do a podcast, I'm gonna share with you some tips to help you cultivate courage in your everyday life. The number one thing that was for me, it might be number one for you, but it's going to be number one right now because I'm giving it to you, is identify your fears. Identify your fears and identify your doubts. I'm putting them two together. Your fears and your doubts. What is stopping you from being great? I know people first thing is money. It's not money because you can have all the money in the world, but if you don't have that thing, we be seeing so many rich people, they be so unhappy. So unhappy. And you know, like, no, they got money, so they be unhappy. Whether it's the fear of rejection, whether it's the fear of people talking about you, whether it's the fear of people reacting to your videos, acknowledge your fear. Identify your fear. Set small goals. Y'all know what my small goals is, to have 2 seminars, and a ebook. Have an ebook complete. Set small goals, and you got to visualize success. I've been visualizing that I was going to do these things for I don't know how long, and now I am walking confidently with the courage through these things. Most importantly, talk positive to yourself. Don't down talk. You probably don't think about it, but I guarantee you, once you go the rest of this week, you're going to think about how many times you talk to yourself negatively. And you probably don't call yourself, you probably don't say things like dumb or stupid, or you probably don't call yourself out your name, but you do talk to yourself negatively. I guess we unconsciously do that. Talk to yourself positively. Remind yourself of how strong you are. Remind yourself of things you have overcome. Talk to yourself positively. Learn from failure. Learn from it. Don't try to brush it under the rug. Don't try to cast it onto somebody else. Don't try to take accountability and responsibility for your failures, and learn from them. Learn from them. Celebrate the small wins. Celebrate the small wins. Because, you know, we all know when we do that big thing, we go, hey, look what I did. I be celebrating the small wins. I'm at 2,300 viewers or subscribers right now. I'm celebrating the small wins. I'm at 800 subscribers on my Twitch. I'm celebrating the small wins because I remember I didn't have nearly those many people. I be celebrating views. I celebrate comments. I celebrate everything. Because, you know, once you get up, you get up in the higher rankings, like now I could talk to everybody. Now I can respond to everybody. But like to be having 100,000 subscribers or having more than enough subscribers, it's hard to like respond. But even now I be responding to everybody that be rocking with me, that has been rocking with me, especially these last 3 years. Y'all know what I've been through these last 3 years? Yeah, I be rocking with everybody. And it takes courage and resilience to come back after major traumas. So those are my 5 things. Of course, I'll have it in the community tab for you to check out. Understanding the power of courage. That's all I got. Remember that it is important for you to use your words. That is the only way that anyone will ever know what you are feeling or what you are thinking. I will never let a live podcast, video game, anything that I present to you go out without me telling you to love yourself. This includes your faults, your fears, and your failures. Know yourself. Trust yourself. This includes the hairs on the back of your neck, the goosebumps you get in your arms, the feeling you get in the pits of your stomach, that loud or that small voice. Trust yourself because you will not lead you wrong. And most importantly, just be yourself. Now, anyone that cannot, will not, won't, don't respect, acknowledge, respect, and appreciate you for being authentically you. They do not deserve to be in your space. You have survived a global fucking pandemic. It is time for you to learn and understand boundaries. Set them, and stand 10 toes down on them. If you haven't been paying attention to the news, you most definitely should. Definitely. And not just United States news, world news, wherever you live. Don't just focus on your local news. Focus on world news, because there's a lot of things happening out in the world that you should most definitely pay attention to, whether it's UFOs, whether it's aliens, wildfires, hurricanes, tropical storms, another virus. Pay attention, because if you remember 3 years ago, all of the hysteria and all of that surrounded I don't even know what number we are on of this pandemic, but hey, pay attention so that you will be in the know. Having said that, make sure you get you some toiletries, non-perishable food items, water, disinfectant, some cash money. Set things of value aside, because you never know. We never know what's going to happen. And if you are engaging in adult activities, whether it be oral or intercourse, monogamous, polygamous, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you wrap it up. Make sure that you protect yourself, because despite being in a global pandemic, the STD rates are rising. There was just a syphilis outbreak in Houston. That's what I'm saying. You guys got to pay attention, because the last time it was a major syphilis outbreak was the Tuskegee. Pay attention. Just most definitely pay attention. That's all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that I said something that encourages, inspires, and motivates you to have the courage to understand the power of courage and walk in courage, confidence, integrity, and love this week. That's all I got. Until next time, I love you. Peace.